Welcome into the South Hockey Radio Network, live on Mixlr and live on Twitch. The dynamic father-son duo back at it again, Dylan Ward and John Ward, bringing you state playoff action here from the Edge Ice Arena. It's the Sweet 16, Glenbrook South, the number 2 seed, and the Fenwick Friars, the number 15 seed. Welcome to the broadcast again, Dylan Ward and John Ward with you, Gerard Boris on the camera, and Wendy Freemuth keeping score as always. A little bit of a unique setup today, John. We are on the opposite side as Gerard. So we are here in the beautiful broadcasting booths they have here at the Edge Ice Arena, and Gerard over on that other side. So I'm gonna have to make sure I don't mix up my near and far side for the viewers at home.
Just got to turn them around today, Dylan. It's interesting being so close to the benches. Might hear a few choice words from the coaches, which is going to be an interesting game for them today because these teams have never seen each other before. Well, not this season.
Right.
So strategy is going to be at a premium of trying to figure out how to match up some lines. Regardless of a number 2 and a number 15 seed team, you still got to figure out what's going to be the best combos to work with teams, especially since you don't know what to expect.
Well, the last time GBS and Fenwick played a game against each other was in the 2018-2019 season, an exhibition that GBS won 10-3 at that old Glenview Ice Center. Of course, you pointed it out, first meeting between these two sides this season. As we get down to just 16 seconds to go on the warm-up clock. Funny thing about Fenwick, this is actually their home ice. They play their home games right here at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville. So this, in a way, is a home game for them. But GBS, the designated home team, will get the last change and will take the home bench that Fenwick is usually sitting on.
Yeah, and if the coming around here and trying to figure out who's going to pick up the last line goes to GBS, that's a real plus. The other plus is I practice just saying the name winger in the car coming over here because we're probably going to say that a lot as he's letting by few goals in the last, 8, 9, 10 games, almost 2 a game. So it's a real positive for GBS, and the Friars might be saying, who is this guy by the time this game is over? But that's why we come and we play the game. 2 seed versus 15 seed. We'll see what the final outcome is today.
Well, we've seen nothing but success from the number 1 seeds. We're halfway through the Sweet 16 round. We saw New Trier take down Hinsdale Central 8-2. Carmel beat Providence in a thriller 1-0 in overtime. Both those games were last night. And then earlier this morning, Stevenson takes down Evanston. And then just most recently, GBS with a thrubbing of Bennett 7-0. And those are all the higher seats.
And if I do have this correct, both teams are here tonight because of New Trier. They both went through New Trier teams. GBS played New Trier Gray, and the Friars got through New Trier Blue to get to this game tonight.
All right, 17 minutes on the clock here at the Edge Ice Arena. Glenbrook South wearing white as the higher seed here in the state tournament. The higher seed must wear white, or at least a light color. GBS could have worn gold if they wanted to, but they go for the white unis. Fenwick wearing black, their normal home colors here at the Edge. And the team's now meeting at their benches. Luke Winger will get the start. Obviously, we saw him get his 16th shutout of this season last game against New Trier Gray to get to this point. And he didn't see a whole lot of shots, but the big number is 0, the goals he allowed.
Goals he allowed is 0, and also you got to feel pretty good that if anything ever happened to Winger, we have a backup goalie named Kamens. And yeah, out of 3 games, he has 3 straight shutouts himself. So he has not allowed any rubber to get into the net in his own right.
All right, Fenwick ready to go. GBS still waiting at their bench. GBS won against New Trier Gray. They are now 4 wins away from a state title, 3 wins away from playing on NHL ice down on the west side at the United Center. Exciting stuff. Of course, John, we talked about it last game, balancing 2 different postseasons. That GBN series, don't forget, that's still going on. Game 2 of that is Wednesday night at 7:20. But between Game 1 and 2, 2 state playoff games, one last Wednesday and one you're just about ready to start.
It's a lot of action for these high school kids to have games separated that much, and especially that GBN series. They got to focus on this series, but they have that other one in their back pocket where they're just trying, coaches have time to strategize and try to figure out what's going to happen for Game 2. That's almost going to be a week separation from that first game.
All right, you see the first line out there for the Titans. Nick Ventura joins Zach Freemuth and Jason Band. Usually we see Casper Woigela on that line, but Jim Philbin's been known to throw Nick Ventura on this line. And John, it worked out in Game 1 against Glenbrook North. He did the same thing, and Ventura had a season-high 4 points in that contest.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, that's the strategy and good coaching of teams. You got to figure out what's going to work. Normally, you keep those lines together. That's how they build some chemistry together. But when you've got to switch and you have to make adjustments, that's what makes a good coach. And Jim Philbin has certainly shown us how to do that over the years.
Still a slight delay here before puck drop. Looks like the referee's having a chat with the head coaches. We will be underway shortly. GBS looking to advance to the Elite Eight for the 3rd straight season. Of course, in 2020 when that streak started, they made it all the way to the Final Four before the tournament was scrapped due to the pandemic.
Yeah, Dylan, this has a feeling of one of those, I know the referees were looking at some iPads and maybe a registered player. Hopefully they got that figured out as they put that iPad into the main penalty box official scorers booth, and they look like they're getting ready to start.
Here we go, Zach Freemuth going up against Sean Pondelick for the face-off. The puck drops, Freemuth wins it back, and we are underway. Glenbrook South and Fenwick for the first time since 2018. Here comes Freemuth with tons of speed. He shoots, and that just goes high of the crossbar. Jason Band gets it with his glove, sends it to the near side for Freemuth. Down low it goes. Nick Ventura can't pick up the puck, and Kala will get it out to Michael Verney. Verney to Corvo. Cam Corvo with 2 goals last game against New Trier Blue to propel Fenwick to a 5-2 victory into this round. Keep an eye out for number 34 and number 36. Those are the Fast brothers, Carter and Owen, the stars of this team with 42 combined points this season. This long pass just goes by Wyatt Sherwood, bounces off the boards and goes below the goal line. Fleming will get it to Luke LaChance. Now out to neutral ice, it's Alessi. Pardon me, that's Fosco. He couldn't hang on to the puck. Scrum by the Titan bench, and it leaks out to neutral ice for Kurzak. He will dump it in. Luke Winger was going for a catch, but it bounces off his glove and up against the glass. Almberg flips this one to the far side. Neutral ice. Woigela gave it to Sherwood, but a step off sides, and that'll stop play with 15:36 to go in the first. Now we see Casper Woigela out on this second line with Sherwood and Jack Mulvey, and that's something that we haven't seen really this season much. Yeah,
we'll see what kind of matchup this, what kind of points this produces. Good start for GBS. They got a lot of speed, and Freemuth got that first shot on net that I think threw that Friars goalie off just a little bit.
By the way, Spencer Lysek, the goaltender for the Fenwick Friars, he made 32 saves on 34 shots against New Trier Blue. The Trevians actually outshot the Friars in that game, 34-21.
Yeah, Dylan, when I was talking about that fast start by GBS, Freemuth took a shot. He got loose, and he took a shot, and I thought that puck, the only reason why it didn't go in the net was it just wasn't aimed at the net. I actually think that the speed of the shot just threw the Friars goalie off just a little bit there. So it's interesting how goalies, get that first speed, get the speed of the game under their belt and how long it takes them to do that.
Adrian Sokol will chase this back. It'll be an icing against the Friars. Adrian Sokol, what a shot on Wednesday night for the 3rd goal against New Trier Gray. helping the Titans to a 4-0 victory. 4 unique goal scorers in that one. Zach Freemuth, Jason Ban, Adrian Sokol, and Wyatt Sherwood all getting on the board. And, you know, John, we were talking about it. A game probably, 4-0 final can be deceiving. It was close all the way until the third period. Titans went into the break in that game only up 1-0, and such a big mismatch in terms of talent, seeding, ranking. You got to think that was a little nerve-wracking for Glenbrook South. Here's a pass to Pondelik at the slot. He shoots in. That just goes wide of Winger's net. Alessi dumps it in. Michael Verney now to Pondelik. Taken away near side. Casper Wojula flips it out to neutral ice. Sherwood now back for Mulvey. He will dump it in. Titans need to tag up, and the Friars will grab the puck. Fenwick of the Chicago Catholic Hockey League. Former SHL participant. I believe their final season in the Scholastic Hockey League was 2017-18 before they switched over to the CCHL. Kala, Fosco, tried to get it ahead to Fast. That goes to Olmberg instead. Jason Ban, nice pass to Freemuth. Freemuth over the blue line, left wing side, wrists one, and it's stopped by Lysick, and he deflects it into the netting. 13:47 to go here in the first period, scoreless in Bensonville.
Yeah, so all of a sudden not all of a sudden, but we're used to seeing Freemuth's speed. He came over that blue line, and it was a little bit Gretzky-esque as he just kind of cut on the near boards and went into the middle. That's one of Gretzky's famous moves that he used to do, and then get that shot off. So good goal, good save by the Friars goalie.
Nick Ventura takes the face-off. He wins it back to Olmberg, who just barely keeps it in the zone. He fires a shot that gets deflected away. Freemuth then centers it. It goes up high. Owen Olmberg right point. Off the boards to Ban. Olmberg again, slap shot, and a save by Lysick again. A lot of speed on that drive from the Glenbrook South alternate captain. Here's another A. Jason Ban turns around and shoots. And Lysick makes the save, and that deflects the net off of its posts for a whistle. 13:20 to go in the first.
Jason Ban picked up that puck behind the Friars net, came out to the far corner, gave himself a little bit of breathing room, and then instead of passing that, just did a quick shot that was almost backwards and trying to catch the goalie off guard. So I like that play, just trying to feel out that goalie, feel what it's like to get that first shot on net for the game.
Another attacking zone face-off for Glenbrook South, won by Fenwick. Sveet will shoot it down to GBS's zone. Vanderplug to Adrian Sokol. Now Steenstrup tips it into the zone. Sveet will go behind the goal line, get it to Karabatsis. Karabatsis looking for Kala, but that missed him, so Vanderplug deflects it. Callahan didn't know where it was, and that allows Michael Curtin to dump it into the zone. Adrian Sokol can't get past Senna with that pass. Senna tried to center it, but it goes to Stevens. Karabatsis now in the far side corner. Taken away by Adrian Sokol, can't get it out. Kurzak keeps it in far side. Takes a shot, Luke Winger deflects it away. Adrian Sokol to Matt Callahan. Callahan with speed. Can't get by a couple defenders for the Friars, so Verney will send it down to the Titan zone. Unfortunately, no shots on goal posted here at the rink. Game sheet having a couple technical difficulties, so we can't get that information for you live, as this missed Nick Ventura, so that'll be an icing. 12:07 to go in the first, but after the second period, when the teams go to the locker rooms, I will run down to the scorekeepers area and get those SOGs.
Dylan, I'm just curious, as the GBS player was going to beat the Friar player to that puck, it's still an icing?
Yes, the hybrid icing does not apply here in high school hockey. It's not about winning the race. It's just about if someone gets to the puck before it crosses that red line.
Good to know.
Jack Mulvey kicked out of the dot. It'll be Sherwood instead. Face-off taken by the Titans. Here's Wojula on that second line. Casper Wojula. Titans have to tag up to avoid offsides, and so the Friars will dump it down. Good crowd on hand here, especially Friars fans. Again, this is their home ice. Jack Mulvey down low, tried to center it, but that went away. So Verney will take it away. Verney ahead to Corvo. Cam Corvo tried to slide it over to his teammate, but it's taken away by Sherwood. By the way, that game that Fenwick won in the round of 32 against Neutral Blue to get to this game was here at the Edge. But again, that was just because it was a home game for them here on this neutral site where all of the state playoffs take place until the championship game. Grant Lochran to Owen Almberg, near side in the Titan zone. Left it for Freema. Zach Freema skates past his bench, then gets around Owen fast, then around Sveet. Zach Freema centers it for Ventura, but it was in his skates. Jason Van picks it up in the corner. Van up high to Almberg, right point, slapper. Got a tip on its way, but it goes wide. Now Freema being pressured by Sveet. Nick Ventura takes a hit from Fleming into the corner. Ryan Mulvey has the puck. Try to dump in around the boards, but that either hit a stanchion or the feet of the referee. So it'll be forced back out to neutralize. GBS trying to catch Fenwick in a change. Van into the zone. Takes a shot on his off wing. Blocked on the rebound. He scores! Jason Van stays hot with 4 points in his last 2 games, and the Titans strike first with 10:21 to go in the first.
That was a perfect example of just keep on shooting the puck on net. Something good's going to happen. Jason Van took an initial shot, then he got his own rebound, took another shot, and it didn't make it all the way through, but it hit one of the Friars' defenseman's skate, and it just came right back to him. He was already behind the Friar, and all he had to do was just snap it into the net, just one-on-one with the goalie. So what a great start for Jason Van.
Adrian Sokol with a slap shot, and that goes wide of the net. This puck will deflect up and out of play. So Jason Van, of course, with a goal last game against Neutral Gray and 2 assists, is the Titans' leading scorer here in this state tournament so far.
And what I am noticing is GBS getting a few more offensive threats and shots on net, although they don't post it, just like you said, Dylan. But I think there's a reason for that, and I'll tell you in just a minute.
Vanderplug out in neutral ice. 10 to go in the first. Joseph Kurzak. Pass deflected by Vanderplug, but did get to Senna. Taken away by Sokol. He will play it off the glass. Now Eric Steenstrup forces it out to neutral. Will Stevens with speed. Got it to Callahan. He shoots, and that's just wide of the cage. Fleming and Steenstrup battle far side boards in neutral ice, but the Friars get it. Alessi will dump it in. Goes on net, and Winger will steer it aside. Adrian Sokol off the boards to Vanderplug. That's Wojala, but then Sherwood couldn't pick this up, and the Friars will deflect it out to neutral again. Taken away by Sherwood on a steal. Wyatt Sherwood down to the corner. Puck behind the net. Sherwood looking for an option, got it to Jack Mulvey. He shoots, blocked on the rebound. He gets another try, and that wouldn't go either. Puck hops back out. Vanderplug rips one, and that's stopped by the goaltender again. Adrian Sokol, that shot goes high. Titans dominating in the attacking zone over the last 2 minutes or so. Adrian Sokol shoots, and Fleming deflects this one aside. Finally, the Friars get some possession as Kala gets it to Sveet, and then Matiziak turns around and gets it to neutral ice. Titans dump it back down, and the teams will change up. Halfway through the first period, 1-0 Glenbrook South. Jason Ban with the icebreaker. Grant Lochran trying to set up Wyatt Sherwood for a breakaway. No icing, as you pointed out. It was tipped. Now down to the corner. Sherwood takes a hit, goes down. Freema tried to rush in there to steal. Ventura got it to the near side for Freema. And Grant Lochran at the point. Now Corvo plays it off the boards, and Verney picks it up. Almberg hits him into the far boards. And Luke LaChance now with it. GBS grabs it 2-on-1, penalty coming up. Jason Mann with Freemuth, got it to Zach, but it's just behind him. Zach Freemuth. And eventually it's touched by Verney, and that'll stop play, a tripping call, and the Titans will head to the man advantage.
GBS played really clean defensive hockey, just really clean hits, using their bodies to push the Friars off the puck so far. And I think that that's what happened back there. That was a little bit of a retaliatory piece because one of the Friars players went down. They tried to put a GBS player down. I think that was Zokol who went down. But anyway, it's now going to be a 5-on-4, and great opportunity for GBS as Mulvey lines up for the faceoff.
One thing we talked about on Wednesday, John, kind of an oddity. No penalties for the Titans or Trevians last game. Here's Jack Mulvey in the slot, shoots, and that's blocked by Sveit. Lochran down to Sherwood, he shoots, that gets blocked by Sveit. Lochran picks it up right point, comes down to the circle, got it to Mulvey, but he whiffed on his shot. A little too hot to handle for Jack. Adrian Sokol to Lochran, back for Mulvey again, and he missed an open net. He had to get a shot off quickly. It wasn't easy. He's got it again. Jack Mulvey shoots. Save is made. Puck sitting there by the blue paint. They fight for it, and eventually Lisek gets on top of it. 1:18 to go in the power play.
Boy, the Fenwick Friars, number 5 on defense, almost picked himself up a penalty there for putting his hand over the puck. Not quite in the blue paint, which probably would have instigated a penalty shot maybe.
That's what we saw against St. Viator.
He's put his hand over the puck just about 2 inches outside, and then he actually kind of slid it to his goalie, and then that was the stoppage of play.
Face off, and the puck goes all the way down. Fenwick 2 for 3 on the penalty kill against New Trier Blue last game. GBS, of course, with that 18.3% power play in SHL play. Jason Van into the zone, down the left side, goes below the goal line. Van gets it taken away, and Fenwick will clear. 1-0 Titans. 6:19 to go in the first period here at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville, just south of O'Hare. Home of the state playoffs for many years. Owen Almberg can't keep this in the zone, and Owen Fast picks it up. Partial breakaway. Fast in on net. Tried to get it through Winger's 5-hole. The save is made, and then Pondalek had a wide open net, and he put it over the crossbar. Fenwick close to a shorty there. Fenwick tallied 4 shorthanded goals in the CCHL this season in 26 games played. Now Owen Almberg to Sherwood in neutral ice. Wyatt Sherwood over the line, shoots, save is made, rebound sitting there, and Senna will rush in there to clear it out. Penalty is over. Fenwick has killed the Titans' first power play of the afternoon. Woijala's dump in hit the skate of the linesman, so it's taken by Curtin to the near side for Sveit. Sveit to Curtin. And Curtin will tip this into the zone. Luke Winger out of his net, gave it up Karabatsis, and Winger dives back to protect his net. Final 5 of the first period. Eric Steenstrup in his own zone. Steenstrup off the boards, picked it up himself, got a shot on target, and the save is made by Lisek. Karabatsis, far side corner in his own zone. Titans in there pressuring. Herzak got it taken away. Stevens in it, almost deflected off a skate and into the net. Stevens gets it again. Up high to Vanderploeg. Vanderploeg shoots just wide of the net. Callahan picks it up. Left circle, back up to the left point. Adrian Sokol, saved by Lisek. 4:22 to go in the first.
I don't know why, Dylan. Every time Zokol takes his shot, I have a big smile on my face when I'm done, whether he scores a goal or makes the goalie make a tremendous save. I will tell you, if I can go back to my point, I think one of the reasons why GBS is the more offensive team this game is that they're willing to carry that puck over the blue line, where the Friars are doing a lot more dumping and expecting to beat GBS to the puck. And that's not happening.
Jason Ban, tough angle, goes to Freemuth below the goal line. Now Ban gets it again. Ryan Mulvey back for Ban, left circle. Left corner, Zach Freemuth's got it. Freemuth comes up high, tried to get it down low for Ban. It was deflected, but Jason did get a desperation shot away. It goes wide of the net. Almberg down to the far side corner for Freemuth. Stuffed into the boards, puck just sitting there in the corner. And Fenwick will get it. Luke LaChance picks it up. Now Fast gets it ahead, intended for Fosco, but it missed him and will go all the way down for a Friar icing. 3:28 to go in the first period. GBS with the lead. Jason Ban, the lone goal of this one so far.
Going back to Jason Ban's shot, or maybe Zokel's shot. I don't know. The one that I said is Sokol. When a goalie makes a stop on a shot like that, he's got to think he's a professional goalie because that shot is coming in so fast. So it was a really awesome save by Lyson.
Gotta get the radar gun out there, get some graphics on our Twitch like the NHL's been doing with the shot speed. I'd certainly be interested to know the MPH on Adrian Sokol's release. SHL skills competition was fun. I think we got to get a hardest shot in there for next season, though. Off the boards. Hondelik tipped it, and it's dumped down by Verney. Grant Loughran behind his goaltender, Luke Winger. Wyatt Sherwood in neutral ice. Ahead to Wojcila. Sherwood chips this in. It'll be a delayed offsides, and the Titans will tag up. Hondelik's got it behind his net. Sean Pondelik tied with Owen Fask for the most points this season for the Friars in CCHL play. Herzak skates through the neutral zone, plays it off the near boards, and it goes to Adrian Sokol. Sokol to Loughran, back for Sokol. Wojcila gets a nice pass to Jack Mulvey. Mulvey into the zone, can't get by one, it goes down to the corner. Mulvey to Sherwood, right circle, he shoots, and that's just wide of the net. Not much elevation on that one. Loughran can't keep this in the zone, so he'll dump it down. Herzak sends this one to Titans territory, and Loughran will pick it up. Plays it off the near boards, neutral ice. Stevens picks it up, and it comes back out to neutral. GBS will reset. Here's a giveaway. Curtin will just dump it in, and Luke Winger will make a 90-foot save. 1:33 to go in period one here at the Edge Ice Arena.
Yeah, that save might have just been to give his own team just a little bit of a rest because they've been really skating quickly, moving their feet. They are the faster team out of these two teams today so far in this game.
Face-off taken by Glenbrook South. Jason Ban, now on the far side, races through the neutral zone, gets a pass to Nick Ventura, but his shot got deflected away. Now Fosco, give away to Ventura, and he will send it back into the Friar zone. Kala to Sveit. Jason Ban picks up a loose one, he gets a shot away. I think that was going high of the net, but Lisek got a piece of it anyway, sends it out of the rink.
I still like the idea. Jason Ban had the puck against the near board, and he says, listen, let me just get it over there, and you never know what's going to happen. He did get it quite high, and it was blockered into the net. Excuse me. The out-of-play netting.
Yes. Freemuth and Fleming to take the draw. Fenwick can't get it out. 1 minute to go in the opening frame. 1-0 Titans. Here comes Fosco over the line. Can't get by one stick. Zach Freemuth picks it up. Gets it ahead to Nick Ventura. Ventura slides it over Jason Ban. Shoots and scores! His second goal of the game in the final minute. And it's 2-0 Titans.
Wow. You know, that's your 1-2 punch right there, Freemuth and Ban. And that whole play came about by a great Freemuth transition. You know, that's what's different about hockey with some of the other sports. is you're moving down the ice 100 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden, within a second, you have to stop and go the other way 100 miles an hour. And Fenwick was able to pick up that puck at his own blue line because of a good stick by a GBS player, move on down, and really gave a great pass to Ban that was 40 feet away from him on the other side of the ice, and Ban made no mistake.
Well, the Titans didn't have a hat trick this season until that game against GBN. Loose puck here, bobbled by Lisek, and the Titans will recontrol. Now Jason Ban on hat trick watch here late in the first period. Still plenty of time to go. Lochran takes a shot that gets blocked on its way. And here comes Fenwick. It will dump this one down. It'll be an icing. So now Jason Ban, John, in 4 periods of state playoff action, has registered 5 points, 3 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, he's just really been a star for this team, along with some of the other GBS players that have really put together a good team effort. They may have a couple people who separate themselves points-wise, but this is a good unit out here.
Freemuth to go against Pondalek, 2 guys who lead their team in points. Adrian Sokol scores! It's his 2nd game in a row with a goal, and there's that shot you were talking about, John. 14 seconds to go, and the Titans are up 3.
And I think what's so impressive about that shot is, once again, fans, that shot was shot from about 1 foot, maybe 2 feet from the blue line, and I thought that Lisek had a clear line of sight on that one, and it still beat him. You know, so just sometimes when you go up against Zokol and his shot is going to cause some problems for you, even if you've got nothing else to do but stop the puck, let alone, you know, look around from other players and try to pick the puck out of a busy mess in front of you.
So the first period comes to an end. It was 1-0 Titans until the final minute. They find 2 goals in about 35 seconds. We'll have to get the exact time on that when I make my way down to the booth after the period. But, I mean, hey, what a first period for the Titans, regardless of how close it was until the last minute. I mean, they were just peppering the net the whole time, and you just thought it was only a matter of time before they extended that lead. Yeah,
most of this game's been played down to the Friars' end, and that's just a lot of pressure. A couple of standout players from the Friars, Krasak has been trying. He's had to handle the biggest GBS players, especially when they're going around the deep corners and coming around the net. So his speed has been good, and he's been doing pretty well. But once those GBS players get rid of that puck to the open man, there's going to be a problem. So hats off to the game plan so far for GBS. And Winger hasn't had a lot of opportunities to feel and save a lot of pucks down at his end. So he's still going to have to stay awake, and you never know what could happen, too. Some of these games can turn on a dime.
So we've switched ends. It's now the period of the long change. Luke Winger down to our left, but your right. And GBS will shoot from your perspective from right to left. Had to do a little math in my head there, John. Of course, you can see us. We're on the opposite side from where you're viewing, so
right.
I'm excited to watch this game back and get the other perspective of the goals.
Yeah, if you're one of a Friars fan or on that team, you're going to be looking back at that open net that was missed. It was a tough miss because I really have never seen an open net like that before. But that player somehow got a rolling puck. It wasn't on its side, and he just flicked his wrist. And if you could believe it, he was only about 6 feet in front of the net, and it went over the net from that position. So they'll look back at that. That might have been had the game 2-1, and we would have been playing a different game here.
All right, we are underway in the middle frame. Here's Zach Freemuth chipping this one ahead for himself. He's rushing to the net, gets rid of a shot, and it goes wide of the target. This one flipped up and out of play. It'll come into the seating area. And John, that's the thing about this rink is at a lot of high school rinks, you've got the protective netting all the way around. Here at the edge in Bensonville, it's just behind the nets, kind of like you see at the professional rinks.
Yeah, this is like an NHL game netting situation here. So people do have to pay attention because these pucks will come up, mid, center, ice. They'll get into the stands.
John, we better pay attention here in the broadcast booth too. Fenwick's got it. Here's Curtin. Curtin with a pass that's intended for Karabatsis, but taken away. Fenwick will dump this back in. Friars in a season elimination situation as they got swept in the first round of the Kennedy Cup playoffs. Of course, the CCHL playoffs. Eric Steenstrup. This one just goes over the goal line, but not the actual goal line, John. Now Stevens with another chance from the far side, takes a shot, and that's stopped by Lisek. Finish my thought. Eliminated in the first round of Kennedy Cup playoffs, the CCHL playoffs. So if the Friars lose this game, that is, you're talking about a season-ending situation, especially for the seniors and whatnot, and we get a whistle here.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, if what we're talking about is last game, these kids are proud players on both teams, and so my hats go off to all of the players and especially the seniors. You know, if this is a possibility that this is the last time they're lacing it up for their high school careers.
If GBS wins this game, they will play the winner of Loyola Gold and St. Viator, which will take place on this ice surface immediately after this game. Here's Fosco down low, looking for Owen Fast. Couldn't get it to him. Zach Freemuth. Now Nick Ventura battling for possession. After a little bit of a mess there, the Titans finally get it safe. Freemuth, the nifty move to get around one defender, and then out to Jason Band. Titans send this into the zone. Luke LaChance. Now Fosco. LaChance has it again. By the way, one of the most fun names to say on this team, Luke LaChance. Where's number 27 in black out there? Almberg to Ventura. Ventura dumps this in. Goes below the goal line, and there's our man, Luke LaChance, picking it up. And he tried to go to Fleming. He tipped it, and it went directly on Luke Winger's net, so you can give him a save there. And then the Titans will get it back down into the zone. Woodula steals and takes a quick shot. It missed the net. Lisek had to be ready quickly. No save required for him. Sherwood, top of the left circle, takes a shot that gets stuffed. And the Friars will shoot it all the way down. Will it go far enough? No. Icing waved off. Holmberg to the near side. Corvo battling with Woidula. Taken away by Verney. Out to Pondelik, taken away by the Titans. Here's Woidula ahead to Jack Mulvey. Mulvey over the line. Dropped it off Woidula. Back down low for Jack Mulvey. And up against the far boards, right wing side, Fenwick zone. Puck still trapped there. The Titan goes down.
Back in the 70s, that puck would have been whistled dead about 10 minutes ago.
And I think that's what just happened. As, you know, John, here at the high school level, that rule is a little bit confusing. Some referees will just blow the whistle on that. Some refuse. They make them play the puck. But we get a whistle there with 13:42 to go in the second period. 3-0 for GBS. All the goals in the first period. Ban a couple of times, and Adrian Sokol.
I think letting them play the puck is more of a professional way to keep the clock going and get the game going. At high school level, you're worried about injuries when they're just butting heads in the corner for a couple seconds.
It's a really good piece of analysis. Hadn't never thought about that, but you make a great point. Steenstrup near side half boards. Gets this below the goal line. Taken by Giovanni Senna. Now Matiziak, 1-on-3. Can't get by the Titan defenders, and Eric Steenstrup will take over. Given away to Fenwick. This dump down into the zone. Vanderplug will pick it up, get it to Adrian Sokol, near side. Sokol will lift this one out to center ice, looking for Stevens. It didn't get to him. Puck right at center ice, near side boards, and Fenwick finds it, dumps it down. Adrian Sokol to Eric Steenstrup. Steenstrup through the neutral zone. Over the line. Gets a shot away. Goes to the left. Dominic Fosco out to neutral ice. Fosco, the guy that Owen Fask is tied with in points, and Pondalek, as a matter of fact. So 3 guys on this Fenwick roster, all with 22 points, co-lead their team. This is sent all the way down by Fenwick. It'll be a Friar icing, and GBS gets another attacking zone faceoff here with 12:21 to go in this second period.
Yeah, maybe a little competition within your own team can be used as a motivational factor to get some points up on the board. I think that GBS is playing a really great positional game here. They just seem to be closing down every lane on the ice so far. The Friars are trying to figure out, they're trying to pick up their speed, maybe move past some of those defenders on GBS, but so far haven't been too successful.
Off the boards, this one goes all the way down. Curtin gloves it to himself and dumps it in. Almberg with it in his own zone. Hala gets it down low again. Now Ryan Mulvey takes over. Sherwood tipped it out. Now Jack Mulvey chasing after the puck. Titans have a rush here. Jack Mulvey with a backhander from in close, and that might have drawn iron.
I think it did. I think it hit the crossbar.
Curtin's got it behind his net. Now gets it to Thomas Kala. Sherwood can't get this cleanly, so Curtin will dump it back in. Ryan Mulvey. Adrian Sokol. Adrian Sokol with a stretch pass to Steenstrup waiting at the blue line. Eric Steenstrup centered it looking for the stick of his line mate Callahan. That didn't connect. So here comes Fenwick. Verney will play this off the far boards and into the zone. Grant Lochran takes it away. Now right in the slot giveaway, here's Fenwick. Pondalek shoots, and that's blocked by the Titans. Now this pass out to Matt Callahan. He's got some wheels. Callahan into the zone, down the right wing side, threw it to the net, but it goes wide, maybe looking for a tip, didn't get it. Eric Steenstrup plays this one below the line. Stevens down there, Steenstrup now recovers the puck, gets it to Callahan, he shoots and scores! Matt Callahan on the board, and the Titans are up to a 4-0 lead. That's Matt Callahan's 4th goal this season.
Yeah, Jack Mulvey is, it's nice that there was a goal at the end of that play because I think he got wiped out by his own player. Was looking at a few stars, but then he gets to skate with his team, go past his bench and shake hands as GBS puts up their 4th goal of the game. And this is a good thing for GBS because they can't be complacent. You know, having a 3-0 lead can turn fast, and you don't want to give momentum to any opponent.
Exactly. You don't want to change anything about the way you've been playing just because of this lead. You never know what can happen in this sport. Freema has it below the goal line. Try to center it, but it's taken away. Here's Fosco. Dominic Fosco over the line, gets rid of a shot. Was going wide, but into Winger's glove anyway. We get a stoppage with 10:05 to go in the second period. 4-0 Titans lead. Jason Mann twice. Adrian Sokol and Matt Callahan with the goals.
Yeah, I don't know what the shots on goal are during this game, but I would have to say that that's probably still single digits for Winger. As he grabbed that one out of the air, he probably said, okay, cool, listen, I'm in this game.
Freeman slides it over. Jason Van sitting on 2 goals, takes a shot, and Lisek makes the save. I wonder, it's interesting for the Friars, John, is Cole Alessi is their main guy in net, has more of the starts this season, but they go with Spencer Lisek in the cage. I'm not sure if maybe there's an injury. We could see Cole Alessi sitting on the bench, but A, it's surprising that he would start this game. B, it's surprising that maybe he hasn't been pulled yet.
Well, I do think that Lisek has put together a few great stops.
And here's another one. Boy, oh boy, here's another chance for the Titans. Stevens hacking, whacking, blue paint, and the whistle sounds. Man, close chance for the Titans to get their 5th. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second.
Listen, if you're out there and you're practicing your splits, right? That's what Lezik just did twice within about 4 seconds to make the saves of the game for the Fenwick Friars so far this afternoon. That was spectacular.
And I mean, this Titans team, of course, outshot New Trier Gray on Wednesday, 38-18. And it was an incredible game by Mark Pauley, the goaltender for the Trevians. Adrian Sokol shoots, and that one, if you blinked, you didn't see it in the air at all. It just hits the end boards, missed the target, but a very hard shot. Eric Steenstrup, Adrian Sokol, got it to Stevens, but it goes past him, and it hit a weird stanchion on the glass, and Matt Callahan will grab it. Callahan backhands this one down, and the Friars will take it. Halfway through regulation time here at the edge. 4-0 lead for Glenbrook South. Vanderplug will grab this one. Vanderplug had something stuck to his back, but eventually it falls off. And now Wojcila can't pull this ahead of a couple defenders, and the Friars will dump it back down. Adrian Sokol got a goal in this game, 2 straight games as a matter of fact. Dumps it low. Kurzek gives it to Luke LaChance. Now to Michael Verney. Verney with a stretch pass. He's looking for Corvo. Vanderplug got a stick on it, so it didn't get to him cleanly, and that'll allow the Titans to grab the puck again. And the whistle will sound here. And we've got 7:43 to go in the second. I think that might have been because the puck hit some of that blue foam separating the glass from the bench area.
Possibly looked just like a clean, play to get the puck out of the zone and around the boards, and all of a sudden we get a whistle. Some whistles are unexplained. We don't know what they are.
Of course, we don't have that live play-by-play feed like they do in the NHL. Jason Band and Nick Ventura. Ventura over the blue line, dropped it off Band. Band got it back for Ventura. Nick Ventura centered it, but it's taken away by the Friars. They will force it out to neutral ice. Owen Almberg will dump this into the zone, and that will be an offsides. John, you saw it first. 7:20 to go in period number 2. Titans with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, Almberg just had a stutter step there at the blue line, and the other GBS player didn't expect him to do that. He ended up being about 3 feet offside.
GBS in sort of unfamiliar territory here. They haven't played a game at this rink this season yet. John, actually, this is only their 3rd game away from the Glenview Ice Center in this calendar year of 2023 since winter break. It was an away regular season game versus the York Dukes. And then, of course, game 2 against St. Viator at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Besides that, it's been all GIC. Jason Band takes a shot. It's turned away by Lisek. Band gets it back. Up high, Owen Almberg shoots, and that's deflected away by Sveet. Ryan Mulvey, Zach Freemuth, down to Nick Ventura. Ventura pressured by Sveet, who kicks it to Fosco, and that just over the glove of Ryan Mulvey, who tried to catch it. And the Titans will regroup. Almberg with a slap shot, and from neutral ice, that's saved.
I was just going to say, good work by Sveet to use his feet when he has to use them. He easily got that puck out of the zone just by using that extra half a stick he has down by his feet.
The feet of Sveet. Here's the Titan icing. 6:05 to go in the second period. 4-0 to the designated home team.
The GBS is in a good position here. They're just playing a little, really to their game now. They're not showboating, but they're not being complacent, like I said before, where they can't be. And they're just holding tough and playing a good, solid game and keeping the score just kind of where it's at or moving up slowly.
Another board battle here for the puck near side Titans zone. 3 Titans and 2 Friars involved, and Glenbrook South will get possession. Grant Loughran tried to get it out of the zone, but it's kept alive by the Friars. Matiziak chasing this puck down. Tantero by the corner as well. Eric Steenstrup can't get it out. It's sent down low, but blocked by the Titans. Now here they come. Eric Steenstrup tried to center it. Can't get past Alessi. Matt Callahan near corner. Given up to Matiziak, who got it out of the zone. Tantero slides it to Curtin. Curtin got around Loughran all the way to the net. Tried to find the top left corner, and Luke Winger says no. Kept in the zone by Corvo. He shoots, and that's into Winger's glove. Made it look easy. And another stoppage with 5:04 to go in the middle frame.
A lot going on that play. Curtin was really showing his skill as he got around one GBS player, then he kept pressing it, did a couple stick handling moves, got around the third, and then a second, and then third, and then actually got a shot on goal. But it was interesting as he came around the net, he flipped one of the GBS player's sticks right out of his hand, almost right in front of the ref. And I don't know, maybe it's a 4-0 game is the reason the ref didn't call it. Because that would have been automatic.
Takeaway, here's Corvo shooting, and Luke Winger comes out of his net to make a big save. He was about 15 feet outside of the crease. Now Wojcila into the zone, dropped it off Jack Mulvey, centered it, taken away by Corvo, rebound, the Titans poke for it, and the Friars will get the puck back. Their captain, Cam Corvo, ahead to Pondelik, close to offsides, but it's okay, says the linesman. Doesn't matter now as Adrian Sokol brings it out. 4:22 to go in the second period. Jack Mulvey tried to get it to Wojcila. He was wide open, but that puck hops over his stick. Now taken by Corvo. Punch down low to the far side corner. Owen Olmberg will take it. Play it out to Jason Band. Band and Nick Ventura. That pass too hot for him to handle. Also a little bit out of reach for him. And it goes down below the goal line. Fosco with speed through the neutral zone. Backhands this one deep. Ryan Mulvey to Nick Ventura. Taken away by Fleming for a moment. Then Nick Ventura got it back. Out to the neutral zone, Jason Band. Shoots! And that's off the glove of Lisek. Up high, Olmberg slides it over Ryan Mulvey. Plays it off the boards down to Nick Ventura. Taken away by the Friars here. Owen Fask in neutral ice couldn't pick up that one cleanly. If he could, he would have had a one-on-one look against Olmberg. Fosco will dump this down, and Olmberg will grab it in his own zone. Jason Band can't pick this one up, and it's dumped back down by Fenwick. Olmberg to the near side for Mulvey. Ryan Mulvey gets it to Jason Band, now out to Zach Freemuth. Freemuth with a backhander down low into the zone, and the Titans will get a change out of this. Everyone off except for Ryan Mulvey, who stays on. Kala will dump this in. Ryan Mulvey has got it. Gets it to Callahan, who tips it ahead to Stevens. Will Stevens around Kala. Shoots, looking for the 5-hole, and closing the door is Spencer Lisek. 2:20 to go in the second.
Man, that was a great stop by Lisek as one of the Friars fell down skating backwards and came right around GBS players just one-on-one with the goalie. He did have a little bit of a tougher angle coming in, but Lisek put a great stop on that shot. And I also want to take this opportunity. What a great, a move by Corvo for the Friars down in his end, creating probably the second best chance for the Friars to score a goal. But Winger came up. He might be a little bit cold, but he was certainly hot on that save.
Here's a giveaway by the Friars. Pondelik gave it to Sherwood. Wyatt Sherwood and Pondelik tied up, and that results in Fenwick getting the puck. Kala behind his net. to Pondalik near side. Now Corvo out to neutral ice for Verney. Can't connect with Corvo there. And so Adrian Sokol will play it out. Wyatt Sherwood tips it down legally. Try to pass to Wojala, and it's out of his reach. Won't be an icing as the Friars will grab it. Pondalik behind his own net will flip it out to neutral ice. Titans dominating through 2 periods here at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville. Close to offsides, but the linesman says it's all right. Freemuth up high, Adrian Sokol fires one, save made by the goaltender Lisek. Nick Ventura far side corner. Jason Ban up high, Lochran slides it over, Adrian Sokol. Down to Freemuth, touch pass looking for Ban. Couldn't find him as it's tipped away by the Friars. Less than a minute to go in the second period. 4-0 Glenbrook South. Nick Ventura over to Jason Ban picking it up. He shoots, and that goes high of the net. Lochran will dump this one down as Kurzak will grab it below his own goal line. And you got to think for Fenwick, they're thinking all they need is a goal here at the end of this period. Titans will be offsides on this zone entry. And if they could find a goal, it's a much different story. It's just been all Titans so far.
Come on, boys.
As that play was offsides, or GBS coming in on 2-1, Wojala just kind of let it slide in the net. It's kind of funny, in the NHL, he'd have some people talking to him right now along some boards. But yeah, I think that so far things have fallen into GBS's game plan, and as long as they stick with it, I think good things will happen.
Owen Fast looking to make something happen. Can't get around Almberg. Puck will go below the line. Ryan Mulvey gets it back for Almberg. And up against the boards, Fask and Almberg battling for it. A couple other players get in there. Then this desperation shot by Fleming won't go. 2 seconds on the clock, and that'll finish the second period of action here from the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville. The teams will skate to their locker rooms. And for Glenbrook South, you know, this game is not over yet. You've still got 17 more minutes to play. They're in a pretty good spot right now, and you know, they're 1 goal away from making this a running clock situation.
Yeah, and if you're Jim Philbin, you're probably looking at going into this locker room and taking the opportunity to say, you know, if we have a 4-0 lead and it's the third period, number one, let's keep the pucks out of our net, no matter what. I don't care what the score is. But number two is here's our chance to really, really dig deep and understand what it's like to play for 3 17-minute periods of hockey. Because really, if they are going to move on tonight, this afternoon in this playoff series or championship, you know, then they are going to meet more difficult teams where you're going to have to have a full 17 times 3. And my math, what is that, 51 minutes? 51 minutes of hockey where you're going to need that in other games as you move along in this championship series.
All right, well, the Zamboni will take care of business at the Edge Ice Arena, and we will take a break here on the broadcast. Don't go anywhere. We will mute our mics, but stay live here on Twitch. Dylan Ward, John Ward, Gerard Boris on the camera down there. We will see you in a little bit.
Where are they? Oh, I don't want to use it.
Congratulations on the
Yeah. Did you see that 5-2 era? Well, he just told me about it. Third period. They pulled a goal at the beginning of the third period. Seriously? Yeah. We did a double take. We're like, how do you have it? At the beginning of the third, they scored. And it worked. They scored and they tied it up 5-5. And then we scored 6-5. We pulled the goalie again. We hit the empty netter. They had our number all fucking season. We lost all 3 games. They had like a flag, like a big flag, right? And they're like, man, we gotta go. Yeah, I can see, I can see how far. Such a big delay because the Wi-Fi is so weak here. It's not weak, it's
are the voices kind of this or what?
Well, if you're watching live, that's what you're seeing watching live.
Right, but are the voices
If there's a lag in the video, there's a lag in the voice. No. So, just so you know, this is the microphone. So, people tend to go.
Get it the other way. Okay.
Welcome back to the South Hockey Radio Network, live on Mixlr and live on Twitch, of course. Dylan Ward, John Ward with you here in the broadcast booth. Gerard Boris on the camera, Wendy Freemuth keeping score on your screen. It's a 4-0 lead for Glenbrook South, and we did get those shot totals. Glenbrook South outshooting Fenwick here 26-9.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Nick Fabrini tells his squad and how they're going to approach this third period. It could be just like a JV game the other night where you pull your goalie really, really early. There was a 5-2 differential in score the other night. A coach pulled his goalie and actually tied the game up 5-5 in that third period before eventually losing the game. But, if you're Jim Philbin, short conversation, don't need to say that much. Just keep doing what you're doing because he likes what he sees. So it'll be interesting to see how the Friars handle what could be their last period of the year.
And don't forget, if you didn't know already, kind of an unusual rule regarding the running clock here in the state tournament that's different from the SHL. A 5-goal difference initiates the running clock just like it does in the SHL. But then after that, they don't revert back to a stop clock situation unless the deficit is cut to 3.
Well, that's what certainly the Friars want to see happen here. So let's break this out. Let's start this third period and see what develops.
All right. Let's get right to it. Face-off taken by the Titans as they send it back into their own zone. Titans, I'm sure, wouldn't mind a running clock here. Getting out of the edge with a comfortable win. Glenbrook South's next game of this tournament, if they hang on to this 4-0 lead, will be on Sunday as this one's thrown to the net. Not tomorrow Sunday, but a week from tomorrow at 4:55 p.m. Ryan Mulvey shoots, that's blocked by Fosco as he was falling. That was going to Owen Olmberg, but hit something on the boards, and Fenwick will send it down to GBS's end. Titans get it back. Freemuth from the neutral zone gets that on target, and it's a save for Lisek, and we do see Lisek staying in that net. Adrian Sokol. Back for Verney. And it's sent down to Adrian Sokol again. Now Casper Wojcila into the zone. Trying to get ahead of Luke LaChance. He does. And a centering try intended for Sherwood. Didn't find him. And the Friars will regroup. Here's Wojcila again dumping it in. Friars take it away and will send it the length for an icing. A minute and 30 seconds into this third and final period of regulation time.
All right, the Friars are not going to be able to do that too many times. So obviously they're going to want to try to bring that puck into the GBS defensive zone, right, and make an offensive play, get a shot on net because they need goals.
Callahan steals it. Taken away again by Kala. Adrian Sokol to Will Stevens. Stevens into the zone. Got an assist on Callahan's goal earlier. Tried a centering pass, but no one was there. It's an awkward hop. It actually landed on top of the pad while it was parallel, or perpendicular, I should say, to the ice surface. 15:01 to go in the third period. A 4-0 lead for Glenbrook South.
I know Lisek looked like he knew what he was doing on that shot, but those can be difficult, especially when you're talking about 50, 60, 70-foot shot that comes in bouncing.
Freemuth ready for the attacking zone faceoff, wins it cleanly, but it goes outside the zone. Ryan Mulvey will chase it down. Jason Van will dump it in. Here's Feet. Titans will keep it alive for the moment. Zach Freemuth below the goal line. Give it away to Kala. Now Owen Fast tipped it for Sveet, who gets it outside the zone. Fosco then will dump it all the way down. Ryan Mulvey plays it to the far side boards. Jason Van, touch pass out to Freemuth, gets around Kurzak. Zach Freemuth with speed as a breakaway, Tried to pull it to his backhand, but lost an edge, and the net will come off of its moorings.
I think Freeman was lying face down on the ice saying, just one too many stick handles, as he just got in. He stick handled so many times, he just looked up and all of a sudden it was him and the goalie touching each other. He was just too deep, couldn't do anything with the puck when it was finally said and done.
Let's go, Friars.
Zach Freemuth with 5 postseason goals, counting the SHL playoffs and these state playoffs combined. Leads the team in that category. Of course, the hat trick against Glenbrook North in game 1 of that SHL semifinal series. Callahan below the line. Scored his 4th goal of the season earlier in this one. This one, it's tipped off the ceiling and out of play. That'll be a whistle. 14:05 to go in the third. Titans with a 4-0 lead.
I love what I just saw between Krasik and Steamstruck. Krasik literally put Steamstruck right on his butt, but once that puck went over the glass, Krasik just went up and said, "Hey, dude, just all in the game." Steamstruck gives him a pat on the back, and they just go their separate ways. Nice sportsmanship.
Titans looking for their 6th straight victory, following that 4-game losing skid at the end of the regular season. 3 wins against St. Viator in a row. And that win against Glenbrook North, and then Nutria Gray most recently. In the slot, Callahan can't get a clean look. Vanderplug up high, sent it down below the line, goes wide. Stevens now. Taken away by the Friars once more. Callahan intercepts in neutral ice. That'll dump that one down. Kurzak will grab it. And he will skate through neutral ice. Casper Wojcila, Wyatt Sherwood with a shot, and he scores! And there is number 5, Wyatt Sherwood, with goals in back-to-back games. 13:03 and counting in the third.
Yeah, that goal was a little bit of a surprise, and now you're going to see a goal change. Maybe it was just that 5th one that was needed, but unfortunately, it's like, I don't know if he just took his eye off it, or that if Wojcila used that screen. But I like what Wojcila did. He did a little Chichi Rodriguez, which is a golf move, when he was done scoring the goal, and he just took his stick and kind of slid it into his sheath, and that was his kind of celly on that one.
It's one of my favorite cellies, personally. All right, so we've got the running clock now. Sherwood in the skates of Wojcila. Horvo will dump this in. Pondelik dummies it for Verney. Then back down low for Pondelik. Adrian Sokol below the goal line. Out to Wyatt Sherwood. Sherwood with a pass to Jack Mulvey. Mulvey enters the zone. Shoots! And that's just high of the crossbar. Adrian Sokol almost kept it alive, but it does leak outside of the zone. Grant Loughran will take over. Get it to Sherwood waiting at the blue line. Wyatt Sherwood got tied up in a couple defenders' sticks, and it goes back out to neutral ice. Adrian Sokol will dump it down.
Friars did a nice stand-up at their blue line there to keep GBS from making that an offensive play.
Loyola Gold watches on. They'll play next against St. Viator. The winner of that game will be Glenbrook South's opponent in the next round of this tournament. Benji Pajerski. Taken away by the Friars. Jason Ban, Adrian Sokol, Matt Callahan, and now Wyatt Sherwood here in this third period with the Titans' goals. Owen Fast gets it to Fleming. Takes a shot, blocked by the skates of Allenberg. Now back down low for Fast. Pass got it to Fosco. He shoots. Blocked by the stick of Freemuth, who reached in there. Good defensive play by the Titans' top offensive player.
And a good defensive player right before that by Alberg, who just, let me get my stick in the way here, and if you're going to take an extra second to shoot, then it's going to cost you from the puck getting to the goal. I'm going to prevent it. And then he followed up with a nice hit on the Friar player, legal hit against him on the border.
Zach Freemuth over the line, shoots and scores! And Freemuth gets on the scorecard. It is now 6-0.
Well, that was the speed of the GBS team breaking out of their defensive zone. They came in on a 3-on-2. Love the head fake by Zach Freemuth, because really that's how he got that goal. He just did a little head fake, looked like he was going to pass it over to the other GBS player. It got the goalie looking that way and just snapped it into the lower stick side corner.
9:30 to go on that running clock here at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville. 6-0 lead for Glenbrook South. Zach Freemuth now on a 3-game goal scoring streak with 5 goals in that stretch. 3 against GBN, 1 against New Trier Gray, and 1 just moments ago. This is sent all the way down. No icing is the call. Will Stevens, near side half boards, gets it down low. Steamstrup, far side half boards with a board battle. Puck still there. Eventually Will Stevens comes out with it. Stevens below the goal line, far side corner. Tutsius will keep it alive. Over to Adrian Sokol, right point. Gets around one defender. He shoots, and that's wide of the net. And this one bounces all the way out. Back to the Titans' defensive end. Tutsius will play it over to Adrian Sokol. Tutsius in neutral ice. Back for Adrian Sokol, who has a goal in this game. Over to Pajerski. You see the 4th line out there for Glenbrook South now. We haven't seen very much of them in this game as Adam Sokol enters the zone. But the Titans were offsides. That clock keeps ticking, John. 7:40 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, Dylan, we walked in here looking at a GBN scoreboard of 7-0, and it looks like the GBS team is trying to duplicate that. And wouldn't mind walking out of here having the scoreboard say the exact same thing.
Of course, the Titans' next game will not be in this tournament. Shift the focus back to the SHL playoffs. Speaking of Glenbrook North, John, as there's a fight now, Benji Pajerski takes down Senna, and we're going to get some penalties here. We've only had 1 penalty in this game, and John, I did not see how that developed. I had my eyes focused on the puck.
No, but before I looked back up the ice, they were both together, close in, just, wrestling with each other. And they're both going to send off here. It's just going to be coincidental penalties. So give these guys a break. And listen, I can understand a little bit about, maybe the Friar. I didn't get to see it all. Maybe it's a little frustration or maybe it was something else that happened. But, the scoreboard, it's 6-0. And so I'm sure either one of them just would have rather not done that. But sometimes emotions get the best of you.
Fenwick with just 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in their season here. You called it, the tension's high. You got to wonder what their confidence level was heading into this game against Glenbrook South. Of course, GBS definitely the favorite here. The number 2 seed against the number 15 seed in the Friars. Not a good feeling to lose and get eliminated one way or the other.
Yeah, these running clocks may have a different dynamic. There's been at least a minute more than a minute has gone by with just conferences and refs, and now the ref is coming over and saying something again to the Friars coach, which is just taking up more time on a running clock.
Now down to 5:30. Titans attacking zone faceoff, won by the Friars. Steenstrup will get it down low. Here's Luke LaChance with it. Below his goal line. Over to Alessi. Fleming. And some more action here in the neutral zone. Dylan Monaghan just took down Fleming and has not let go of him now. And Dylan Monaghan probably going to get a penalty for that.
That was LaChance and Monaghan, and they just literally were both fighting it off there. Like, there would be coincidental penalties, but really I thought it was the Friars guy just kind of like not letting the GBS player go and play a position, get to the puck, and then finally the GBS player had enough and he said, okay, you're going to do that, I'm going to pull you down. By the way, that LaChance, wasn't he from that movie Stand By Me? LaChance going to the penalty box after this event.
So the referee's discussing. Looks like it might be another set of coincidentals. All the meanwhile, that clock will continue to run. And I think the Titans, I mean, you know, you're not talking about a game-changing moment by any means, but Titans may have gotten away with one there. I think Monaghan probably should have gotten the lone penalty, but they will go with coincidentals.
Well, maybe not. They'll both be going to the box, but they might not be getting the same amount of minutes. So, and I think that's what's taking so long at the referees table is somebody's getting a different set of minutes here on the penalty. So somebody's going to get an additional minutes racked up here, but we won't be able to necessarily see that.
So they put a penalty on the board against Monaghan, and it's ticking off right now. Nick Fabrini having a conversation with the referee. That's the head coach of the Friars, Jim Philbin, doing the same.
And the other thing that could be happening here is I don't think that the refs don't want to play the hockey, but this game has such a big scoring differential that some of the scrappiness is bound to happen, and it's happened twice in the last 2 minutes, and so they might be trying to strategize how to even handle the rest of the 2 minutes and 45 seconds that are left in this game.
Back to hockey. Suddenly only down to 2.5 minutes now. Hondelik and Mulvey in the neutral zone. Taken by the Titans.
And I thought it was going to go the other way. Now the Friars have the power play.
Titans shorthanded for the first time in this game. Of course, they're on that streak, 53 out of 57, 93% on the PK in their last 21 games. 54 out of 57 if you exclude the empty net power play goal Carmel scored. Here's a shot, Luke Winger makes the save, and it'll get cleared out. Here's Curtin below the goal line. Hondelik, far side. Gets around Adam Sokol, then gets it to Fast. Taken away by Grant Loughran, and he will clear. See if Philbin gets Jason Ban out there maybe for the hat trick, but I think he might stick with the fourth liners for the remainder of this game. We will see. Herzak in the neutral zone. Touch pass, and Fosco's now got it. Centers it, and a big hit by Monaghan, and he's going to get a penalty for that. He knocked Michael Verney to the ice.
I don't know. That hit looked like it timed up with the puck perfectly. I thought it was a legit shoulder-to-shoulder hit, and you might have a ref trying to just, I don't know, maybe even some of this stuff out here at the end, but Monahan just goes right back into the box after stepping onto the ice.
All right. That clock keeps ticking, John. 35 seconds till it's official. We'll see if they even drop the puck. They will. Another Fenwick power play. Won by the Titans. Luke Winger tried to clear it out himself, and with a little help, it does get outside the zone. Actually, not quite. And John, that should do it. And the teams are going to exit the benches, and the Titans, for the third consecutive year, have advanced to the Elite Eight of the AHAI State Tournament with a dominating 6-0 victory over Fenwick on their home ice.
I think GBS did a great job of keeping an eye on the prize. So the prize is getting to the United Center. It's not going to be easy, but it is important to bank these games early, because this is an all-elimination round. And so they come out here and, yes, they put a 6-0 blank on the Friars today, but that's a proud group, the Friars. And, they're shaking hands, which is something that always makes me feel so good after these games that can get pretty intense.
All right, well, for this round for GBS, not too difficult it seemed. Gets a little harder next round, you know you're going to have an SHL opponent one way or the other in Loyola Gold or St. Viator. Obviously, GBS and St. Viator had that very close playoff series. It was a sweep, but both games required overtime. Only 4 total goals in that series, by the way, 2 in regulation. And the dream stays alive for Glenbrook South here in Bensonville.
Yeah, and you saw, I think Loyola, which possibly could be their next opponent, doing a little self-scouting in the stands because they're going to play after this game, and if they do prevail, if Loyola prevails, they're going to be playing this exact team of GBS. One thing I did think was ironic is that as I was thinking about Winger getting so many shutouts, and really in the last 10 games, I don't know what that his goal average could have gone under 2 per game for like his last 10 games. If I have that?
Well, he's got under 2 for the season.
Well, okay, so there you go. So enough said. And I was telling you that I was practicing saying his name in the car coming here because I already knew about the success that he's had, especially in those last 10 games. Now you're telling me the whole season. Ironically, I didn't say his name hardly at all today, because when we finally get down and take a look at those shots on net, 26-9 at the end of 2 periods, I can't imagine. GBS must have built its lead on just shots on goal in that 3rd period to have a pretty big differential. So Winger probably didn't break too much of a sweat tonight, but he's got to keep his head in the game at all levels, and he's got to figure out how to get up for the next one.
All right, so that game against St. Viator or Loyola Gold will not take place until a week from tomorrow, Sunday, the 4th, I believe, maybe the 5th actually, just whatever Sunday is, at 4:45 p.m. right back here at the Edge, same place. We'll be back for that game, but you don't have to wait that long for hockey. We get back to SHL playoff action on Wednesday night, 7:20 start at the Northbrook Sports Center. Obviously, you can find us on the air on the radio network and Twitch, or you can show up. Just whatever you do, don't miss out. The Titans will have a chance to sweep their rival in the SHL semifinals and advance to the SHL Championship Series for the first time in club history. After that, we'll shift our focus back to this state tournament. Titans make it to the final 8 of the state of Illinois. Well-deserved 6-0 victory. John, any final thoughts?
Just high school hockey is exciting. Come out and see a game. Everybody's in the playoffs, so it's really fun doing the game with you, Dylan, and watching these kids put their heart on the ice.
All right, well, for John Ward, my name is Dylan Ward. Of course, Wendy Freemuth keeping score, and the man Gerard on our camera as always. We will see you on Wednesday at 7:20 for Game 2 of the SHL semifinals, Glenbrook South and Glenbrook North. Till then, have a great rest of your weekend.